Hello friends, welcome to another lecture of examination. In this lecture we are going to study input output problems. Okay, so how you can solve it and what types of various problems appears into the exam. It's a very simple concept. You can easily do the questions here. Okay, if you are familiar with the fundamental thing within the questions. Okay, now let's understand what is input output problem, or sometimes it is also called machine input output. What does it mean? Conceptually, if you want to understand, that some input will be feed and that input will be feed into this machine. Okay, so some output will come out. Okay, it will do something on these numbers and it will give out the output, and this output will again feed back into the machine, and then again some processing will be done on these numbers. Then you have the you will have the output, and so on. The processor will go on till the time you will not achieve a required code which you required. For example, here the number required is that all the numbers should come into the increasing order. Okay, so the question would be something like this. They will give note at this machine and other things. For example, if you look at this column, this coded. So here you can see that there is an input which has been feed. For example, cat, rail, snow, moon, and fire has been fed into the machine, and what you will get in the end, you have getting this snow, rail, moon, fear, and car. Okay, so the decreasing order of alphabet. Okay, in a way that position, whatever their position into the alphabetic series, the decreasing order of that you can see here. Okay, so through various steps they have come up. Okay, for example, first the highest alphabet letter word has been put snow here, and everything has been shifted to right side. And then second highest, that is R, is the second highest alphabet. Okay, they are taken a initial alphabet of each of the word. Okay, so this way it is only word type of a rearrangement is there. When we will do more types of example here, then things will become more clear. Similarly, you have the some question in which the input is only the number types, and sometimes there will be mix of number and word, number and alphabets. Okay, further there are sometimes they will use the special character like your dollars, your at the rate, those type of stuff. Okay, so now I'll just change the color of my ink. Now let's take the right type of arrangement. Okay, so these are the various type of rearrangement where the shifting is towards the right, towards the left. So rather than explaining it into this slide, I will go to the next slide and we will do the various type of example, and we will able to understand what types of various rearrangements are possible. Now let's take this example. Okay, so look at this example. Input has been given to you. There is some input which has been provided to you, and some output has been given to you. Okay, this is an input and this is an output, and it is happening through various steps. The things are happening. Okay, step 6 is the final step they are telling. Now carefully observe, only observe the first input and output, that is step 6. Here you can see that the final output for you 64, again 63 bad, 39 4, 28 more. So what is the final output? One thing you are maybe observing that it's the alternative of word and number. First number, then words, then number, then word, and so on. Further, if you observe only the numbers, you can see that there are decreasing order of numbers like 64, 63, 39, 28. And if you observe only the words, you can see that first position or first letter of the word is in increasing order in their alphabetic series. For example, again A, then B, then F, then M. So this is one type of output they want to achieve. So first thing we have observed into this question, that this is an input and this is an output. Okay, now further through which steps they are achieving this is the arrangement of those steps. Okay, and this, for example, in the first step, what you are getting, whatever is the highest number, that is 64, you have brought the 64 here. Okay, and everything is shifted back. Okay, so I will just go it by step. Okay, so step 1, 64 has come here and everything is shifted towards right. Then let's take the second step. There again should come, because this is the first alphabet. Okay, among all of the words, this is the lowest alphabet among all the words, initial letter of the words. So again would come here. Okay, again would come here. Then everything will be shifted towards the right, bad, more, 63, 39, 28, 4. Okay, similarly in the third step, what we have, again there is a turn of number. So 63 will come here, 64 and again will remain here, and 63 will come here, and everything will be shifted towards the right, and so on. Everything happening in the same way. Okay, so then 63, then bad is already at its appropriate position, then they have been brought the 39, that is the number they have brought, which is just lower than the 63. Okay, so then after that they will bring the 4 here, okay, then more. So in this way, these are the steps which are involved to come up this solution. Now let's do this. Let's do what type of question would come. So they will give that this is a input and output sequence for a machine, and you have been given this is as an output. If we will feed this is as an input, this is as an input, so how many steps will be required to complete the processing? This type of question. And what is the last but one step, or they may ask what is the third step, what is the second step, those type of things they may ask. Further, it may be that they will tell that it is a fifth step, then fifth step they will give that this is a fifth step, then what is the input? Okay, this is not a part of this question, this is not input, but it's a different question. They will tell you the input and they will ask if this is, sorry, they will tell that this is the fifth step within a machine, then what is the input? Can you tell the input? So we have to see whether we can do this or not. So let's start with first we will take this as an input, okay, and we will try to find out what is the sequence, what is the, because you need to find out all the steps, we need to find out a number of steps which is required to finish the to achieve at this output, where number is into the decreasing order and output is in, and letter is into the increasing order. So first of all thing, we have to observe the last step, and by observing the last step you can guess what they want to achieve, then look at the various step, intermediate steps, and how they are achieving this, that you can do. Okay, so just for illustration purpose we will look at each and every step. In the next video we will going to tell you how we can do it in very less time. Okay, although for the illustration purpose I am doing full all the steps I am writing, so how the each steps will look like. Okay, so first of all, Chanakya win 50, 43, 56, here beach and 71. Okay, so just in the right, in the question you can write somewhere in your rough paper that numbers are increasing order, right? Your numbers, or you can say you represent number with one is representing the number, it is into it's into decreasing order, and later that is your alphabets are into increasing order. This is just for the reference purpose. Okay, so you may like to write it or not, it's just that you need not to look again, and it's a signature and it's a sign that this is a sequence. Okay, and number is coming first. Now 64 comes first, so what is the largest number here? 71 is the largest number, so it should come into the first position. Okay, and everything should shift to the right. This should be your step 1. Okay, for example, it has written here 71 comes here, and everything has been shifted towards the right. Chanakya, wind, 50, 43, 56 here, and beach. Now there is a turn of letter. Now lowest letter here is beach, so beach would come after 71, so beach would come here. Okay, that is beach has come from here to here, and everything would be shifted towards the right, and so on. Similarly, step 3, 56 would come from, because next there is a turn of number, and number is just less than the 71, it's 56, so 56 from here will come here. Okay, here it will come, and everything will shift towards the right. Now step 4, in the step 4 there is a turn for letter, and next big letter after B, next letter after B is C here. Okay, so C should come here, and it is already here, so we need not to do anything in next step. That alphabet is already at its appropriate position, it has to be there, and it is there only. Now after C there is a turn of number, after this word there is a turn of number, and the number should be just less than 56, which is here 50, so 50 will come here. Okay, this would be the step 4. So here no confusion should be here. So what I have done, I will just repeat. In the step 3 you have bring 56 here, and Chanakya, and everything is shifted to right. Now after 56 a letter should come which should be just larger than the B. Okay, which just after the B is C, Chanakya. Okay, in given available words, Chanakya is the word which should come here, and it is already here, so you need not to do anything. Now there is a turn of number, so 50 would come here, and everything will shift towards the right. Now step 5, Chanakya 50 you have achieved here, and step 5 you have to come bring here to this position, because now the turn of a word's turn is there, and just C you will have just next letter is H. Okay, among the available words the next higher letter after C is H, so H would come here, and everything will be shifted towards the right. Now there is a turn of a number, now 43 would come here, so this 6 is nothing but misprinting. So this is the your 6th step, and is the final step. You have achieved the your required output, which is 71, 56, 50, 40, that is decreasing order of the number, and increasing order of position of alphabet B, C, H, and W. Okay, so in this way you can do this question. So in the next video what we will going to do, we will do the same question where you need not to write each and every step, and even then you can answer all of the questions. Okay. That is, for example, now with looking at this table, you can answer that how many steps are required to complete the process. Of course, the 6th step. Answer would be 6 steps. Whereas what is the last but one step? Basically, they are asking about last but one, that is 5th step. They are asking about the 5th step. So last but one step would be 5th step. And if they ask about the what is the output of that 5th step, this would be 71 beaches, 56 Chanakya, 50 air, wind, and 43. This is the output of 5th step, or this is the output of last but one step, and 5th would be the last but one step. Now, third question is, if step 5 is RAM is 32 good but not 41 bad, what is the input? So remember, in this type of question, you cannot tell what is the input, or if you cannot tell what would be the previous step. Previous step, what would be the previous step? That also you cannot tell, because RAM is 32 bit not 41 bad. You don't know what would come before that, what would be the input. Okay, so in fact, looking at this question, if there, although you cannot tell the input, but by looking at this question, you even says that this cannot be the possible 5th step. Okay, because you are talking about 5th step, so at least into the 5th step some number should be into the beginning. Okay, so even looking at this question straightforward, you can say that if there is an option like in this question, if there is an option cannot be determined, then cannot be determined would be the answer. If option is like this cannot be the step 5, no matter what is the input, even then that is the correct answer. Okay, ideally correct answer is this step is not possible. There is no such step. There may be the option, and you can answer it, there is no such step. Okay, there is no such step. This would be the ideal correct answer depending upon the available options. What are the options has been given into the questions? If there is an option that there is no such step, like this step 5, so of course you can say that this is the correct answer. If this is not option, there is no such step, then answer would be cannot be determined. Okay, so input can never be determined. Okay, so this is about this question. Now in the next video we will do how we should solve this question into the paper. In the paper, how we should go and how we should approach while solving this question, that we will do into the next video.